Hello everyone! In this video, we're going to talk about how to answer the question of making a length 20 vector that goes 1, -1, 1, -1, oops, and instead of v1, this should just keep going on. Well, I can't edit the comment. Just pretend that v1 isn't there at the end. Alright, so we're going to talk about 3 different ways to do this. The first way is going to be using the ones function. So let's say v equals ones, 1, 20. So this just gives us a vector with 20 ones all in a row. Then what we can do is, remember we have the indexing, so we can say, okay, start at the second position, go up by 2's, go to the end of my vector, and this can be equal to -1. So we can see now I have 1, -1, 1, -1, 1, -1. So notice here I used end instead of 20. 20 would have worked just the same. It's just that end is a little bit better to use, just because if v had any other length, then we wouldn't have to change 20 to something else. So that's the first method. Another method we might think of is I could take -1. If I raise it to the power of 0, that's 1. If I raise -1 to the power of 1, that's -1. If I square it, that's +1. So you can see if I just raise it to the powers like 0, 1, 2, 3, up to 19, that's going to give me length 20, and it's going to follow the rule that I want. So the way that we could do that is we could say -1 raised to the power, and we're going to go 0 through 19. So we're going to first raise to the power of 0, then to the power of 1, then up to the power of 19. Now, again, I'm going to make a mistake here. What's the mistake? It's if I want to do this element-wise operation, so if I want to raise -1 to the 0, then 1, ... then I need to put a dot before the caret. So now this is going to give me what I want. So 1, -1, 1, -1, and so on. Maybe the last way that I'll show you goes back to our indexing video, or I promise that kind of snaking indexing pattern through matrices is going to be helpful for us. So let's start by creating 2 vectors. I'm going to make v1 length 10, and it's going to be ones of 1 through 10. v2 is going to be also ones of 1 through 10, but I'm going to multiply it by -1. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a matrix where the first row is v1. And remember, the rows are separated by semicolons, so semicolon. Then the second row is going to be v2. So if I come over here to A, I can double click on this little symbol here, and I can see I have all ones in the first row, all -1s in the second row. And remember, if I do something like A of 1 to end, this is where we have that kind of snaking notation. So just as a refresher for everyone, let's take a look at A. So here's A. And if I do A of, let's say, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I set this equal to 15, let's say, then remember the way I count is I do 1, 2, 3, that becomes 15, 4, 5, 6. So remember, that's how we count. It's this zigzag snaking pattern, which is why if we do A of 1 to end, what that does is it goes 1, -1, 1, -1, 1, -1. It kind of reads going down the columns, and that's how we can get our length 20 vector of 1, -1s. And I guess here, because I had set these equal to 15, so just for the completion of the video, let's set A to be v1, v2 again, and then we have A of 1 to n. And that gives me exactly what I had hoped for. Thank you for watching, everyone, and I will see you in the next video.